Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's David, and this is another episode of Backroads. I'm just going to try a driving stream to see if this works. I've been playing around with a few things with the software, so I want to see if I can get a driving video out. I'm actually coming back from Collingwood, stopped off in Orangeville, just had a bite to eat, and thought I would swing through and do a little bit of a video of the town that I'm driving through. So anyways, let's try and figure this out, and I don't know, hopefully the stream I can last and it doesn't skip. So if it skips, let me know. I would appreciate it. So let's switch the camera around and let's take a drive. Let's see how this works. All right, let's get out of this parking lot. Actually, let's see what I can go find. Let me know what you think of the stream, like the quality of it, because hopefully it doesn't lose the connection and start buffering on me. That would be a cool thing. Anyways, just trying. Hey Fred, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you here. I'm literally just trying something new, seeing what I can figure out. It's interesting for sure, but this one is just a chill out. I'm looking for a place to film my Rocky theme, Fred. That's what I'm trying to find. I think I may have found a good spot. Now, Fred, let me know as you watch this, let me know if it starts to stutter, if it starts to slow down or skip, because that's the problem that I've been having with a lot of this. And I've been playing around with the software that I'm using to see if I can hold a connection longer than I normally do. Typically, I've been trying to upload in 1080p, and it hasn't worked as well as I would have liked, but try to play around with a few settings, and we'll see what happens. I don't necessarily know, but anyways, we'll figure it out. I need to find a set of stairs, Fred, because then I can dress in my whole gray 1970s Rocky outfit, find a set of stairs, and I'll do my run around town. That would be flipping awesome. and if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, Fred is one of my subscribers on my running channel, and he made a comment about me talking about a lot of Rocky quotes, and so now he wants me to kind of set up the theme for running around town wearing what Sylvester Stallone did in the movie Rocky. So, anyways, that's where that inside joke comes from. Um, okay, well, hey, I'm glad that it's holding the connection. I think this is good. I kind of have to wait to get to a stop sign or a light before I can take a look and see what people saying. Hold on a second. Yeah, all the extras didn't know that they were being filmed. That's true, Fred. They had no idea. So this town is Orangeville. It's about 35,000 people that live here right now. Just coming up. Hey, Willie, how are you? Just coming up into the downtown area. Yeah, I'm still holding a connection, so that's a good thing. Okay, so maybe I've got this thing figured out. It would be nice. It would be nice if I can hold the connection. So, interesting times. I actually just did a video driving in the backcountry on the back roads. So I'll get that loaded up later on in the week. So it'll be interesting to see. Interesting to see how this stream turns out. The stream I'll probably hold it for about maybe 20 minutes, see how it goes. But let's kind of do a little bit of sightseeing as we go here. So I'm just heading eastbound on Main Street, or I should say Broadway. Orangeville's streets, the whole layout was based off of New York City. That's what the founder, Orange Lawrence, liked about New York. So he said, hey, I'm going to do it up here, and that's kind of how he started doing what he did. And there's the clock, library on the right, Royal Bank, a lot of cool restaurants and stuff on the left-hand side. Town Hall is on the left, coming up just past the lights. There's a really cool restaurant called Bluebird on the right-hand side. And then there's a statue of Orange Lawrence, the founder, on the left-hand side, right here. It's his backside, anyways. Yeah, so this is what 4:15 looks like in Orangeville on a Monday. This is known as the Credit Flats. The Credit River would just flood out this whole entire area, and then in '69, I believe they built the Island Lake Dam, and when they dammed it, obviously this never flooded anymore, and so they were able to build all of this. Shoppers Drug Mart, there actually used to be a hotel that was on this place. Right there used to be a hotel. This street floods. Anytime there's a heavy rain, all of this just totally floods, which is kind of crazy. So Fred, here's the thing. All you limeys, you guys drive on the wrong side of the road. I'm driving on the right side of the road. That's why it's the right side. I don't know. Last time I was in the UK, it's so crazy that they allow people from other countries to drive on the left side of the road in your country when we're used to driving on the right. Or on the left. Anyways, it's really confusing. Now, this is all like a skateboard park on the right-hand side. This yellow building, that used to be, from my understanding, that used to be a pool. That was the first outdoor pool in this area, and then they turned it into a tennis court, and then they turned it into a basketball net. I don't know, whatever it is now. So up ahead on the left-hand side, this is one of the oldest buildings in Orangeville. Major renovations that they've done to the back end of this on the left-hand side here. It's a steakhouse, restaurant, bar, the whole 9 yards. It's called Greystones. And right ahead, in front of this truck, is going to be a new condo development, retail space. Oh, and we're just going to stay put because we've got an ambulance coming by. Got to keep the windshield clean for everyone to see. There we go. This is just the back end of it. So as you drive into town, this is kind of what you see. This is Orange Lawrence on the left again. 1796 to 1861. That's when he died. I think all politicians are corrupt. That's what I think, Fred. I think it's the best thing that he could have done was step down. But I'm not too sure about Polyev. I'm not too sure about who the Liberals are going to get in. At the end of the day, someone's going to be voted in. The opposition is going to yell at whoever the prime minister is. Everyone's just going to sit there, point fingers, yell, scream, do what they need to do, and nothing ever gets done. I don't know how countries run. I don't. You have dictators, you have democracies, you have autocracies, you've got, I don't know, kleptomania, like kleptocracies. You've got so many different things that go on in the world. I don't know what's one thing and another. I mean, the way I look at it is, if you take money out of the equation, and if everybody was only allowed to donate, $20, and there was no super PACs, and there was no big unions supporting anyone and all this stuff, if all of that went away, if all the special interest went away, and the only money that they could get was from the average person, and they capped it at $20, I think you would have a very, very, very different society. Because as it is right now, corporations are the ones that rule at the end of the day. So that's what I think. That's what I think. Keep it simple. But it's just a mess. It doesn't matter where you go, right? It doesn't matter what country you're in. You got egomaniacs, power-hungry people. You got rich billionaires. You got all these guys and gals or whoever, and they just do whatever the heck they want to do. And the average people just have to play within the rules of the game. And when they've had enough, then you start having protests, and you start getting people, then change is instituted, hopefully. But, to what degree? I don't know, man. That's a loaded question, Fred. But apparently you said it's the right answer. So who knows? Who knows? Okay, so I guess it's still recording. It's still holding a connection. This is a good thing. I'm quite happy. It'll be interesting to see when I do a playback of the quality to figure out how good it is. Right? That's what I'm curious, because I'm pushing up a lot of data. Um, when I'm streaming. So I'm not too sure. I don't know what it's actually going to look like. Yeah, it's true. If your voice, like, yeah, we just got to use our voice. But, at the end of the day, it's a quite fascinating world that we live in. Hey, let's go this way, because I'm not going to bother going out that way. That's kind of skipping around some of the back ways here. Navigate through. There's the beer store. That's another thing. So this beer store, so it used to be called Brewers Retail back in the day, because all of the brewers like Molson, Labatt's, all the big guys, they came up with a place where they sold their beer. Perfect. But they wouldn't allow smaller brewers in. It was only the big ones. So you could only buy like the mainstream, beers around, and a lot of the craft beer would have to be sold at the liquor store. And the liquor store, the LCBO, is also, a monopoly. Um, it was until just recently that was the only place that you could buy or, buy liquor, was at that location. Now they've opened it up so that you can buy it in corner stores, grocery stores, beer and spirits like wine and things like that. But as hard alcohol, I think that's still only in the grocery, or only in the LCBO, like the liquor store. So I don't know. It's pretty interesting. But with Brewers Retail, that was the story behind it. But that's kind of opened up a little bit more now. A lot of the craft brewers can get in there, but the shelf space is still primarily the big guys. So it's an interesting. I don't know. It's just interesting. Okay, so I guess a few frames are getting dropped. All right. Well, the fact that it's still going and it's been, I don't know, I don't even know how long I've been going here. About 15 minutes. It's not bad actually. I think about it because the other one I did in Toronto last Friday, that one kept buffering a lot. Skipped around and didn't work out as well as I would have liked. Look at the size of this bus. You know, the amount of you know, there's a couple of people that use the bus. You can see it right here, right? You got some of the seniors. But one thing I can say is they've been experimenting with Uber. And instead of the towns buying these buses and running them on, dedicated routes, other towns are going, well, why don't we just do Ubers instead? And we will pay for those and see how that works. And in some towns, it's working great because people can go from door to door and they don't have to walk in between and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just I wish public transit was a priority in Canada, but it's not. It's all about the car. Everything is like I can't do my job without a car. I need a car for my living. And so here I am talking about public transit. That needs to be the priority because I really do think that if people navigated by trains and by buses, man, you could do so much more. I don't like streetcars. Streetcars, the way it's set up in Toronto, it's just a waste. It stops all the traffic. It slows 2 lanes of traffic down as opposed to one with a bus. They're all electric buses that you can buy nowadays. I don't know. I think there's just so much more that can be done. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But Europe at least has focused on a lot of transit. I mean, being on the tube in London is amazing. You know, the fact that you can get places by train all the way out throughout Europe is amazing. Here, yeah, you got a train that goes across Canada, and yes, it's beautiful. Yes, it's great, but we could do so much better. But there's no political will. No political will because everyone just wants to get voted in again and again and again, and they never do anything. It's the RTTC in Toronto, the Toronto Transit Commission. They are broke, and the lines keep breaking, and the amount of times that they have to close the subways early to fix what's going on is they need more and more time to do it. That's why it doesn't run all night because they can't. And if they do close line 1, which runs north south in the city, if they close that, chaos would happen. Like, it would be insane just trying to navigate, trying to maneuver, because then you have to get all these extra buses out there to take everyone down, and then that becomes a real mess. So I don't know what the answer to all of that is, but I'll tell you what, public transit needs to certainly do something. Barcelona is my favorite underground network, Fred. Yeah, I haven't been, so I don't know what that would be like. Actually, you know what we'll do? I'm gonna hop over here. I'll take you through a typical neighborhood in the west end of Orangeville, small little town, right? I'll take you through this, and you can see just what, you know, the houses in this neighborhood will go from anywhere from about 850,000, 900,000 to like 1.5 million Canadian dollars, that is. And that's the area that I'm going to go into. This whole area, like this gas station on the left, the McDonald's, this whole plaza, this little condo on the left, all that's just been done over the last number of years. Gas, 151.9 a liter. It's expensive. I just filled up for 144. The sun is setting. It's beautiful. Finally, we get to see the sun. Yeah, so this is your typical neighborhood. And I'm still streaming. Okay, I'm happy. I haven't had anything on my side say anything any different, which is a good thing. I don't even know if you can see the houses, but maybe I'm going a little. If I go any slower, I got I got cars and trucks that are not going to be too happy. So maybe I'll turn into one of the neighborhoods. Okay, there we go. Of course, the truck's. Oh no, he's not going to follow me. Yeah, Fred, it's nice that the days are getting longer. That's for sure. We got through the hard months. Well, January is still a hard month, but um, yeah. Here, we'll go this. We'll take a turn over here. Come down Glengarry. Yeah, so like I was saying, some of these houses go from 850,000 to 1 point something million. Just all depends on what work they've done to the house and what they haven't done. It's funny, I've been all over the place today. This is in Toronto. Toronto has no snow. None whatsoever. Collingwood, tons of snow. Here, more snow than what Collingwood was. Collingwood's north. It's like on Lake Georgian Bay, which is, northwest of Toronto. Okay. Yes, they are, Fred. It's built with wood. That's all they're built with. Fred's from the UK. That's why he was asking. And that looks like the Alder Arena. That's where they play hockey. There's a gymnastics place in there as well. Yeah, it looks like the streamers are hopefully done for the day. It would be nice. It would be nice. Yeah, so just on the west end of Orangeville right now, I'm going to work my way back to the downtown, and then, we could probably finish it off in the downtown area. I think that's what I'll probably do. Or I'll finish it off at a Tim Hortons, and I can go in and grab a coffee. I may do that. It's hard to believe that like Christmas and New Year, everything's gone. And we're already in the new year. We're already in the second week of the new month. It's nuts. Time goes by pretty quick. That's for sure. It looks like they built a new plaza just to the right-hand side here. Last time I came through here. Domino's Pizza. Grocery store on the left-hand side. This is one of the older neighborhoods. I think a lot of these houses were like the 1970s when they were built. Alright, so I'm going to make my way across Main Street in Orangeville and go into the downtown, go to Tim Hortons, grab a coffee, and I think that's where I will end it once I get there on the other side. Yes, Fred, exactly. 1970s like you and I. Those were some good years. Atlanta Motel. I think I stayed there once. Way back when. I had to go to a wedding. Oh, we do have 2 British stores in town. There's a lot of British stores in Ontario. And some of them have freezers, some of them don't have freezers, because some of the food that I like to get comes directly from the UK. Looks like I'm gonna hit every red light now. Okay, maybe we're not gonna go. I have a faster way. We get off the main road, and we'll go down here to the older neighborhood because it's gonna move a heck of a lot faster. Dude, where's your bumper? Wow. That used to be a train station on the left. Barley Vine. Now it's a speakeasy revival, 1920s downstairs, which is really cool. It looks like the 1920s. Okay, Tim Hortons decaf. Running Fred says, LOL, David, your your bumper will grow if you look at those donuts. And Fred also said, what petrol or diesel cost these days? Right, I filled up for $1.33 here. Let me just flip this around because I'm stopped now. So I filled up for a $1.44. Yeah, $1.44, and for a liter of gas. And I just passed another gas station, and it was $1.51. So it's kind of crazy with regards to that. Diesel, I think, is a little bit more. I'm not too sure because I don't really fill up with diesel, but that's what a liter of gas is right now, which is a little crazy. I mean, I think the lowest, hold on a second, I have my little, I log all my miles and whatnot, but I think the lowest, if I look at my little book here, for the year, I think the lowest it was, hold on a second, so 137 in January, it went down to 139, 150, 160 was like $1.70 in May. Okay, the lowest it got was in September, $1.33. That was the cheapest it was all year, and the most expensive was $1.70. For, yeah, that was the most for the year, or yeah, for the year. It's still similar to cost in pounds. Really? I mean, I guess if you do the conversion, I guess it works out to something similar. I'm not too sure, but that's, I guess, the way I would see it. No, I'm not going to get any donuts, Fred. No donuts. I'm actually doing pretty good, considering that it's, what is it? It's the 6th? Yeah, it's the 6th today. Considering it's the 6th, and I haven't had any, I'm doing okay. But I think I'm going to get out for a run tomorrow, which will be nice. So we'll see. We'll see how this year all fares and whatnot. I'm working on a few ideas for running videos that obviously will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, man, I'm probably going to head out. I got to use the washroom, and yeah, and then probably just call it a day. Been kind of going since 5 o'clock this morning, so it'd be nice to finally stop and be in one spot. But anyways, I'll cut it here, but thanks for joining, Fred. Appreciate it. It's always good to chat. And for everybody else, like I always say, get out and explore. You're welcome, Fred. Take care, man. Bye for now.